Hello and welcome to this day's edition of Awesome Arms. So we are going to use weights, light weights, 3 pounds or less, because we're going to be focused on rotator cuff today, and a ball. So I have a George 7.5-inch mini stability ball. Use whatever you have. It can be bigger than 7.5 inches. Just use what you have. That's the important thing. If you don't have it, it's okay. We'll work around that too. So we are going to start on your side. Oh, oops. If you have that 7.5-inch mini stability ball, you can also put your head on it. Elbow's going to be in at your side, bottom rib is lifted, so get those hips stacked up. I want you to feel like that. I want you to be aware of it. If it's more comfortable, you can also put George in between your knees. So this stacks your hips and stacks the femur, so there's less stress on the hip, on the low back. What works for you? So now I can put my glasses back on because George isn't interfering. All right, elbows in at your side. So it's very important to keep that elbow still. You're going to slowly rotate up and then gently bring it back down. So rotate up and then gently back down. So you're keeping your elbow at 90 degrees. You're going to feel the work on your shoulder blade. Okay, working infraspinatus teres minor here in particular. We got 2 more. So try to keep everything else still and relax. You're just isolating through that. All right, 1 toning ball only for me. So palm is going to be down, arm is straight down your side, just a small lift up. So now I want you to feel the shoulder blade again stays in place. You're just moving the arm socket. So if you lift higher, you'll feel that shoulder blade start to move. Okay, so now you're focusing again, rotator cuff. So it means small ranges of motion as well as lighter load. They're small muscles. If you load them up, the big muscles will compensate. We don't want that. Again, neck is relaxed here. So sometimes you feel it in the neck, just bring your shoulder toward your ear. I know it sounds weird, right? But it really gets you to release your traps, and that's important. All right. And then that arm is going to come straight forward. I'm going to do it without a weight today, and then slowly up to the ceiling. So go till about 30 degrees from perpendicular to the ground, from straight up, and then slowly bring it back down. Again, we want to try to keep a little tension on the muscles. If we go all the way to the ceiling, we lose tension. So maybe it's a 45-degree angle that you're lifting, so you're keeping it a little smaller than what I was doing. And again, you're feeling that shoulder blade be still. It is stabilized. You're moving the shoulder in the sockets. And you're just coming back down to parallel to the ground, that shoulder height position, and then you bring it back up. So this is about control as well as resistance. So this one is the stronger of the two between the rotation and this one. So that's one reason it's last, but that's also why I have less weight. So we pre-fatigued it, therefore we get a little bit more out of it. All right, you got 2 more. And then release. All right, let's flip you on over to the other side. Okay, so bottom arm cradles the head, long spine. Again, get your setup first. Get that bottom rib lifted. You're engaging through the core. It's staying stable. The hips are stacked. The knees and hips are around 90 degrees. That puts you at ease. Again, that's tough on your low back. Bring those knees down some. That's fine. Elbows in at your side. Elbow stays at 90 degrees. Up, rotate up, and then bring it down. Rotate it up, bring it down. So relax your neck, relax the shoulders. Again, you might feel a burning on the back of the shoulder blade. That is perfectly fine. If it's too much, take a break. Drop a weight if you have more than one in your hand. Again, make sure you're dropping on something other than you. Not going to be hurt. Last one here. Shake it out. Arm goes down by your side and then a small lift up. And again, if you feel it in the neck, bring the shoulder toward the ear some and just take the tension off. Doesn't always always have to be shoulders away from the ears. Sometimes that's contrary to what we want to do. And it overstretches those muscles actually. So check in, make sure that bottom rib is lifted. Again, your release are going to engage in right there just by lifting that action. It also feels that pelvis reaching toward the wall down there. Couple more. Again, this is small, this is staying in line with your body. So as you go down, feel the hip, feel the seam on your whatever shorts you're wearing. All right, then the arm goes straight out in front, shoulder blade stays back, slowly lift up. And again, how high do you need to go? We want to keep tension on the muscle, right? So take a look and see. Watch that arm. Where do you feel like you go to perpendicular? Where do you feel like you are maintaining a little tension on the back of the shoulder? Got a couple more here, and again, this was already pre-fatigued, right? So you should be getting that smaller range of motion maybe as you go farther. As you fatigue more. All right, we got one more. Collapse. All right. Then go ahead and take those off to the side. You're going to come around to all fours. So my knees are being a little cranky today. So if I had something a little bit taller, I could also do this standing and here. Okay. You don't have to use the ball. You can have your hand on the ground. You can prefer knuckle if you choose. Okay. So you're in an all fours type position. That ball is going to go underneath your right elbow. Elbow stays directly underneath the shoulders. And then I want your knees back so they're underneath those hips. Tendency is to come forward, right? This puts the weight into your hips. I want you to be able to keep weight into this shoulder. All right, so weight yourself here. And again, if you're doing it without any George or any ball, you're just having the hands here. You can also go down to your elbow if you need. All right, so knees are pushing out slightly. Keep your core stable. Pick the left hand up and then gently place it down. So nothing else is moving. You're feeling that stability in that right shoulder. It is working. So make sure that this torso is staying still. Is it shifting to one side? Again, part of that push out of the legs is to get the glutes to fire, and that helps with your stability. So as you're doing this, lift and lower the hand. I also want you to think about pushing that breastbone forward. Right? So if you're doing this on the ball, it is a much greater stability challenge. So hand can be down, hand can be up. What level do you need? If you just want to hold that hand up, you're welcome to. Make sure those hips stay over the knees. See, I did the ball and I sat back. Okay, so that's a release valve that gets you out of the full benefit. And maybe it's okay for now, but we want to eventually get to where that's not happening. All right, last one. Shake it out. All right, and then we go to the other side. So again, get your setup, all fours type position. So again, if you are doing it from the ground, okay, you're standing, you're still hinged forward the hips, that tailbone points back. Okay, so I'm going to do this one from here. So hand or elbow on the mat, on the ball, your choice, and then picking that other hand up and down. So it's not as much standing as a weight challenge. So I want you to shoot your weight forward from the ankles if this is how you're doing it. So you're lifting a hand, you're lowering the hand. Yeah, this is where you are if you're in the all fours position. And then you can have George underneath that left elbow. So working that core, stabilizing. Let me get better to my position now that I've changed. So think about that breastbone pushing forward. So I have my back rounded up through there, right through here. So really think about pushing forward. That's posture right there. We're working on posture. Lots of good things going on here today. I got one more. And then shake it out. Oh, see how you feel. Give yourself a giant hug. Okay, not a lot of volume on exercises today, as in terms of number, but hopefully good repetition. Hopefully your rotator feels better. I know mine was tweaky coming in, which is why we did it. And I feel better. So I will see you guys later. Bye. Thank you for being here.